Could be top or in the jungle. Expecting to be a top laner for Crazy, though. The tank meta is back, and we might be seeing Maokai versus Cho'Gath in 2017.
Yeah, this is severely tank meta, Papa Smithy. That we just don't want to look at the top lane at all. We're back to it. It's so long ago. I'd put it out of my mind.
So the question is, do we try to radio our OGN contacts and ask them to replace the damage dealt graph with the damage taken graph?
Oh, that'd
because we could see some interesting damage taken with this many tanks. People are going to be living a damn long time.
And thankfully, we have access to those match histories as well. We can check out that damage taken graph towards the end of the game. And I know I'm going to be Googling it like you wouldn't believe, hopping over to lolesports.com. But, so that's going to be that. Volpal Spikes with a little bit of a buff for the old Cho'Gath as well on this patch. Does a lot more damage if you can utilize the time window that the cooldown now offers.
End of the day, MVP, very strong early game comp based on rotations, but not necessarily being a core part of their strategy. The Taric ultimate will be helpful in the late game. Even true damage won't puncture through the ultimate, but BBQ have more damage, and that's usually means more consistent options in the late game.
Yeah, we'll see whether MVP is going to continue their onslaught or whether that's true. We'll have a lot to talk about. They're hitting each other. They're hitting each other. They're still hitting each other.
You have a long time to work up the aggression. Okay,
yeah,
Ian does flash.
Trying to pick this one up. Ultimate does go down as Maha is being protected. Heroic Entrance comes in, and now he can't take any damage. Explosive Cast a little bit too early, and that means it's not going to do any of the damage. Ian now looking for his way in. His Tempt is going to fall down. First blood goes to Beyond, as now BBQ chasing after ADD, but he's keeping two people busy. BBQ can't make their way back in. In the end, it's going to be an MVP victory unless Ghost can find something here, as Maha taking a lot of damage, but Beyond will save his life. And yes, that is very dramatic, Ghost, but we're not going to be able to find the kill with too many big bodies.
Yeah, no Deathfire touch after the nurse. It was Warlords from Ghost. If it was Deathfire...
Lots of Vayne players over there.
Uzi and him, as you say. Big chance of that.
The Dream. Okay. Rupture going to land multiple times here as Crazy's just gone nuts onto ADD. The Bramble Smash can at least create some distance, as Bless probably turned up a little bit too late, but we're going to look towards the bottom side as Maha's just going to get punched by a cow. The extra damage doing some work there, as well as Max. He has to run the heck away. Looking glorious while he does it, but there's the curtain call. He's getting slowed down, and he just walks against the wall. It's not where you want to be, as boom goes the dynamite. Ghost's going to be able to pick up that kill. BBQ, massive power on the bottom side, and that is a 2 for nothing.
Yeah, BBQ's duo lane has been playing better than I can buy a couple of long swords and get more power, not gated by zeals or larger items. So when you can thrift shop so effectively, you can do things. Okay, teleport's being used.
Yeah, MVP looking for the first brick here as the teleport will complete. Beyond taking a lot of damage, tunnels his way out, and now Temp just looking for it onto Maha. Rocket not going to land there, but BBQ now wanting to follow up. Ian just casually saunters his way in towards this bottom side of the map as they want to push this wave towards the tower, but there is enough wave clear, and there's the turn onto the Galio. Maha pretty safe towards the back end of this fight as Ghost at about half health, but now Maha's in trouble. Ultimate will go off. No, it just didn't get put down onto the Callista. Unfortunate stuff as Max will get headbutt pulled. The Heroic Entrance not going to be enough. There's now both teleports going off. Bless flashes his way out as now ADD, the attack of the roots. There they go. And he will have to flash his way out of here underneath the turret, and BBQ still in full control. Honestly, MVP didn't quite manage.
Is the worst possible thing for the side of MVP because he does a lot of damage right now.
Yep, he's actually doing the damage to the turret at the moment. Now going to turn onto Ian, who gets booped back into his team. Okay, surviving for a very long time though is Tempt. He's in trouble. Curtain call comes down as Ian. Okay, he's on walkabout at the moment as there's the Jhin getting turned on. Beyond wants to find him. The ultimate's going to come out, but he flashes back to his team. Good timing, won't die to the sapling as now BBQ get themselves out, and Ian did die on the back end. The Gargoyle did not last as long as he would have liked.
Yeah, the grouping there wasn't fantastic from either team. Jhin almost assassinated by a Maokai in the backline, but was able to flash back into his... I mean, it doesn't have much synergy with Infernal.
That's true. That's going to be the least good buff. That's going to be once again the 50-50 being controlled as ADD gets turned on, but who cares? Because he takes about no damage. Maha finally found his ultimate button. Cosmic Radiance, another option is there's no damage being done to Tempt, and enough to actually get a kill as Beyond picks that one up. Justice Punch onto Totoro, and he gets taunted in the end after flashing out of the way. Doesn't have Unbreakable Will anymore, and he may also fall down as Maha gets his first kill of this particular engagement, and MVP win themselves a fight 2-0.
Yeah, slow team fight win for MVP. Remember, Blast to get the smite on the Ocean. Trivial a take, as you might think.
Yep, Ghost is going to make his way in there as well, as there's the knock-up onto the Cho'Gath. Maybe not the optimal engaged target, as Beyond almost dies underneath the turret. As here's all the CC, here's all the tanks, and Max is dead. Unfortunately, it's Maha pulling out the sticks, and he's going to be able to pick up the Cho'Gath as we go 1-for-1, but it could have been a Baron instead. BBQ are going to find the fight back. ADD moves out of the way of the curtain call, and the Sap Magic is doing work. Temp gets slowed down by a billion different things, and now we've got the Benny Hill music. Yakety sax once again from Smithy as ADD can knock himself back in. I believe that was Temp that turned that one around, as the Roots were after them, but it just did not do anything.
We're able to clean up, and now we spoke about Baron on the side of MVP, overextended in mid lane, trying to get the turret, trying to get another advantage, and BBQ, who started the Baron a moment ago, will rush there, just like was the case for MVP. The enemy jungler is up, so it's not 100% guaranteed this will be claimed.
And they're not doing a lot of damage to it this time around. Of course, BBQ with a bit more damage than the likes of MVP.
Beyond is at 1v4. He should not be able to steal this Baron.
Yeah, his tunnel is down, and he doesn't have flash, and now he's getting knocked up and eaten. Okay, that's not going to be the Baron going over to MVP, and it is going to be locked down once again by Crazy. Gets himself the kill, starting to get massive, and the
teleport on Corki, a lot more options to play those side lanes. But why not just roll down one lane?
Yeah, let's just make use of the fact that MVP are out of position. Ian gets knocked up to high heaven. That tower is going to fall down. Ghost doing the last hit, but getting a lot of that damage in as well, as Max gets stunned by the Deadly Flourish. They got a fair bit of poke damage as well as Tempt. He's looking for it, gets the flash, and the Trinity Force proc is going to be enough. They'll secure the turret as well, as ADD's going to turn up late. Remember, this is a 4 versus 5. Make that a 5 versus 3. As BBQ are just looking to clean up MVP and grab the Game 1 victory. At least one kill is going to go down, and it is Ghost. So a lot of the damage now missing, but Tempt is there. Grabs himself the last remaining kill. That's the ace, and that should be BBQ taking it towards the Nexus turret.
Yeah, 4 tanks standing on a carry means that no one can click on Tempt. He lives. The rest of MVP goes down. They're going to be able to roll down. They can definitely tank up turrets, Atlas. It's the tank meta, and we should have a Game 1 victor. It'll be BBQ.
And Bless looked terrifying with that gargoyle stone plate, man. He looks like this scary insect, like a cicada about to shed his skin. And he was taking about 0 damage there as well, as the Nexus slowly but surely will be taken down as they tank up fountain lasers as well. BBQ, after what was a disappointing performance against Samsung, turn it all around against MVP and pick up their first victory against the team for this season.
And MVP had the right read of tanks, and they looked at KT Rolster's comp yesterday and thought they could do an impression, but because they are not as good at the early game as KT, and really only Longzhu can hold a candle to KT, predictably it got to the point where with multiple damage sources and some good decision making, BBQ were able to pick up the first Baron. That was really the factor that led up to an actual appreciable advantage for BBQ. They broke the base in one spot, rolled down the top lane, and from there, victory achieved by BBQ Olivers.
Yep, and it was just executed well at the same time. I mean, micro circumstances maybe not necessarily as much. However, their ability to move around the map, capitalize on advantages, BBQ was playing it pretty much